I made this sick glitch piece on my phone in just a few minutes. I'm glitching on the go. A lot of mobile apps have shown up in the past couple years, appealing to the newer glitch art and photo art scenes. And as an analog and digital glitch artist, I wanted to see which ones are actually worth downloading and paying for. Trigraphy promises limitless customization and comes packed honestly with a boatload of features. To start, you can import your own photos or royalty-free ones from Unsplash or Pixabay, which is awesome, just right away. You could also use a solid color. I'm going to start with a photo of my cat, but we'll check Unsplash in a moment. This app works with a layer-based system, which allows for a ton of unique combinations and effects, more than I could possibly show in this video. For this cat photo, I started with an adjustment layer color grade, played around with the effects and didn't really think they worked for a photo of a cat, and wound up just using one of the effects overlays, tweaking the output, and called it a day. Next, I searched Unsplash and found this photo of a statue and got to work. Trigraphy lets you either edit the photo's original resolution, but with a warning that super high-res images can slowly app down, or scale down to a couple sizes. I went with the 4500 pixel resize for an output of 3000 by 4500 pixels. Here, I played with the assortment of the core effects. Unlike the overlays, these actually manipulate the image itself in awesome ways. Most effects have a complexity slider to change how it applies, or an X and Y offset, that kind of thing, along with a random settings button and an inversion toggle. Each effect also comes with a variety of presets. I wound up settling on Pokoi, this pixel sorting-like filter, and kinda made it look like the statues were a disrupted analog signal. From there, I tweaked saturation with the adjustments button and added an FX overlay layer. Each layer gives you basic color, contrast, brightness controls, opacity over the lower layers, and blending modes. This is surprisingly feature complete for a mobile app. I loved this space-like overlay, so I went with the overlay blending mode for it. I'm gonna spend a lot of time really making it hard to see the original image at first here, but don't worry, I'll show you how to bring it back in a sec. Next, I added a solid color layer to just experiment with the option. It didn't really have a huge impact on the final piece, however. I then added a classic light leak effects overlay and inverted it to fill the space a bit better. This is great, but now it's pretty difficult to see the original statues. To bring this back a bit, I added a new image layer and just found my original image on Unsplash to add on top. Used the cool eraser tool to erase out the background, and then played with blending modes and opacity to bring back the visibility of the statues. Lastly, I applied another adjustment layer to color grade the whole thing. While they're named with letters and numbers that you're not really going to understand, there are a lot of presets here, with intensity sliders, including some cool duotone effects. I landed on this faded look for a more classic 70s and 80s sci-fi print art look and called it a day, but these other options are sick too. You can save your projects to the app to continue editing later, or export to your camera roll, which will be saved as a JPEG, or save it as a PNG file. I'm not sure I see much missing here, though I'd certainly love more glitch effects. The other effects and effects overlays would be great starting places for other glitch tools, especially since you can just start with a solid color and make wild visualizations from there. I would love to see a film grain overlay and maybe a gradient starter point option for your layers as well, I guess. Trigraphy has a 3-day trial, but renews at either $8.99 per month or $44.99 per year. Though if you go to the App Store settings to cancel, they also have a $7.49 monthly and a $35.99 annual plan for some reason. While this app is awesome, it's the kind of thing that I'd only ever use every now and then, and I just can't see it being worth this much, but it is one of the more impressive tools I've seen. If you see yourself spending a lot of time on bus or train rides looking to make cool art, it could definitely be worth it, especially since you have massive libraries of free images on top of your own to play with right in the app. For more glitchy goodness, check out this video on how I made an intro stinger using analog video gear for my gaming channel, and remember to be kind, rewind.